Here we go. Whoa, that's really long. 2 hours. Oh, the time just restarted. Anyway, give a listen. Here we go. She's going to walk through that door, sit down right there, or right there, and we're going to have a conversation. So you're going to be able to listen on what we say and what is said. Thank God. I've waited for years to have a conversation. She's trimming up, pulling off some of the leaves of her bush in front. I don't know what she's waiting for. Because it's 2 o'clock right now. I take people at their word. Maybe I need to stop doing that. It's a problem. Too trusting. Here she comes. Thank goodness. Hallelujah. Hey, Daddy, how are you? Good. Would you like to come in? Why did it stop? It did the same thing, obviously, when I first recorded it. I've got to sit here and babysit it. That's fine. We'll just pick up where we left off. How's that? Well, we didn't leave off. Yeah. It's only 31 minutes. And it's actually...
I'll try to find out.
It's 26 minutes long.
Okay, Patty Ryan is on her way over. She's going to walk through that door, sit down right there, or right there, and we're going to have a conversation. So you're going to be able to listen on what we say. Let's say. Thank God. I've waited for years to have a conversation. She's trimming up or pulling off some of the leaves of her bush in front. I don't know what she's waiting for. Because it's 2 o'clock right now. I take people at their word. Maybe I need to stop doing that. It's a problem. I'm too trusting. Here she comes. Thank goodness. Hallelujah. Hey, Daddy, how are you? Good. Would you like to come in? Or? I'll leave most of the leaves out. It's okay.
So your plants are still healthy.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Please have a seat wherever you'd like.
Okay.
Thank you for meeting with me.
You're welcome.
It's really important because of the imposter who has pretended to be the Secret Service, talking with you and meeting with you repeatedly over the years. I don't know where this man came from. I
only met with him once.
He was in your sun porch this summer, and he said, "Look at him," and he was talking about me.
Oh.
So there was definitely more than once.
Okay.
There was also a meeting that was, I believe, September. I need to look at my records.
Sure.
September 15th, 2021, where he met with you, and then somebody who drives another vehicle met with Arved at the same time, and the two people talked in between. I don't know where these people came from, but they divulged to Arved that there was a lie. They didn't follow me back from Washington, D.C., like they told you.
Yes.
They were parked right over here in front of your tree where you couldn't see them.
Yeah.
They spoke with me first. I didn't give them your name.
Interesting.
They went over on their own to speak with you.
Interesting.
So I overheard the conversation in Arved's backyard that the man said, we told her that we followed him back to Ohio.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is Arved's friend or where Arved knows this man from, but he's destroyed my life. I had no mental health history prior to you calling all the time to the police. And the diagnosis that I now have is a result of all of your phone calls.
Well, I apologize, ma'am, if I've caused that trouble.
Okay, so the problem is the police don't believe me. The imposter came over and spoke with you. They think that it's a mental illness. And they're refusing to investigate the crime.
Well, that's a shame.
It's a big problem
Yeah, sure it is.
because he's destroyed my life with lies.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you've said then to the police that he said to you.
Well, the only thing that I've said, I think you've heard on 911 calls. That's all that I've said. And
Did he tell you that I had a mental illness? Do you remember?
I don't remember whether he told me that. I don't know.
Okay, because at the time, I did not have them.
Yeah.
And now everything's fucked up in my life.
Yeah.
All of my friends who you spoke with and said that you and I were close friends, I don't know why you did that. But my fraternity brothers have shared that information with all of my friends. And now they think that I'm severely mentally ill.
Oh, jeez.
And yeah, it's destroyed my entire life, Patty.
Well, those fraternity brothers of yours were really nice, man.
I know, but
I
they
spoke
don't
with
believe
one.
me.
Yeah, that's too bad.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix it, but I need your help
Okay.
because the police don't believe me.
Okay.
And I need this cleared up.
Okay.
I need the man investigated because it's illegal to impersonate somebody from the law.
Sure it is. I'm going to guess it's severe. I mean, I'm going to guess it's felony.
Exactly. And he keeps coming back. He renovated Arved's house this summer. He's the one with the red-brown hair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the same one.
that's the imposter that came in 2019 with the African American friend. Because there was one that was white and there was one that was African American.
Yeah. I don't remember that. But
Okay, well, those were the two people.
yeah.
And they were parked right here,
Well,
waiting
I can't see.
for me to come home.
Yeah, and I can't see
I
down
know.
over the hill.
I know. Joanne said that you have his card or you have his information.
I don't think he left any information with me.
I wonder why Joanne told me that yesterday then.
I don't know why she told you that.
Okay,
I'll ask her why. I don't know who she's referring to
okay,
because I don't, that was a long time ago.
yeah,
For me to check it out, but she might know something more than I know, because she usually has a good memory. But I'll check it out. I'll see if there's something at home.
okay, yeah. These people are not legitimate. And whatever they said about me
Yeah.
is not true.
Well, they didn't speak much to me, Graham.
They didn't?
No, they just didn't. It was over with and done, boom, 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 like that, and that was about it.
I wonder why they impersonated the government though.
Sure.
And nobody from the Secret Service would come and talk to a neighbor about another neighbor and tell lies.
Yeah.
So they said that I was arrested in DC. I was not. I was not arrested. I didn't get in trouble.
Well, what makes so much sense, Graham, what you're saying, because if they came to me and they thought what they had was erroneous information. I mean, they didn't have any information.
Right.
So anyways, and it was a short encounter. I can't remember it being more than a couple minutes. So I didn't, I don't even remember around what happened, what he said. Or I mean, I don't remember the details that I should say. I would never be a good police officer.
I know that Arved obviously knows him much better.
Yeah.
And Arvid's refusing to talk to me.
Yeah, that's.
I also found Jayung's iPhone linked to my Wi-Fi network, which is illegal as well. So,
Say that again, Ram.
His iPhone was linked to my Wi-Fi network.
Oh, wow.
So he was hooked up to my Wi-Fi network, and it gave him access to all of my devices that are on the network. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
But this little.
How do you say his name?
Dr. Yoon.
Okay, Jun.
Jayung. I think her Jayung or Jayung.
I don't know. I have always said, I didn't really know how to pronounce it, but I've said Dr. Yoon. But
yeah.
In that horrible situation, he's from Korea, right?
I think so.
Well, did you hear about the 150 people that died from they were partying and they started to run down this alley that was just 11 feet. And somebody, one person fell, the next person fell on top of them. 150 people killed.
Oh my God.
And they were all young. I mean, they were all,
Oh.
It was, it's a tragedy. I'm going to guess, he could have, I don't know how big Korea is, but he could have killed somebody.
I really don't know. So I'm wondering what spurred all of the calls to the police and why Netcare comes over to your house all the time.
Netcare has not come over to my house, ma'am. I think they were there. I don't think they'd ever come up the steps.
Well, one person that has a license plate that has Annie B on the back.
Yeah, that's Aunt Joanne's sister.
Okay. I overheard a conversation about math in the front porch.
Yeah.
And then there's the one time that there was a representative, it must have been from Netcare, because she said, well, we can't promise anything, but there will be testing and an evaluation.
Yeah.
Obviously, they were planning to do another stay of detention.
Yeah. That could have been, that could have happened when you were with them.
So what were you asking?
I wasn't asking anything. They came to me.
I'm just
trying to figure it out.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Right.
I'm being stalked by this man who pretended to be the government to you. And you're playing into it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
I'm not a schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Patty. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But the police are convinced that I'm super mentally ill.
Well, they shouldn't.
And I'm not.
They shouldn't think that, Ron.
And I need your help to get the police to go after this man. Because he should not have come into the neighborhood and destroyed my life.
He should not have. So, Ram,
and I need it fixed.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe Kevin Connor, your friend on the police force, or any of the other people that you have been contacting?
Yeah, but I don't remember. I don't remember. I think I spoke with, I don't remember. Kevin Connor, that was the time that Netcare was there. Those were all.
I don't know who it is, but the police in Netcare
are
trying to target me, telling me, or telling everybody that I'm mentally ill, and they think that I'm making up the imposter of the Secret Service story.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Yeah.
Because you've got the proof.
Yeah.
That they came to you.
Yeah, I do have the proof that they came.
Yeah, and I need that. I've asked for over a year. And I'm at my wit's end. I'm losing my home, Patty.
Yeah,
because of it.
That's a shame, Ram.
And I need it fixed. And I need you to help.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know.
You don't. That's a shame.
I don't know. I'm buying a smaller house in a shitty neighborhood.
Well,
So you'll get a new neighbor. But this whole thing has destroyed my life. And you're a part of it. And so is Arved. And I need it fixed.
Yeah, I'm at wit's end as to how to fix it.
I need the police to investigate, and they're refusing to investigate. If you were to contact the police and say, these people came into the neighborhood pretending to be the Secret Service, because I know you believed that they were real.
Sure.
When they came.
Sure, and they didn't. Let me think about that. The one had an FBI hat on, and the other one did not.
They didn't show me any ID.
Yeah, well, that's
I don't know where they came from.
Yeah, I asked them where they were from because I was curious as to what on earth they were doing
Right
here, and they said that they had an office down in the South End.
Doing what, I don't know.
Really?
I mean, it's destroyed my life.
Yeah.
They're not connected to the government in any way.
Yeah.
I've got the guy's license plate number, but if you have his phone number or any contact information, it would
I'll
be
check with Joanne.
Okay.
So anyways, Graham, your pen is beautiful.
Thank you.
Are you playing it?
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
That's great. And
everything in my life has been destroyed over this whole thing.
Yeah.
And I need it fixed before I can move on.
Yeah. Well, I'll go back and I'll check with Joanne.
Okay.
About whether she has any, if she saved any information I don't know about, I've forgotten about, and I'll let you know.
And maybe you can talk with Arved too.
Yeah.
About giving me information where this guy came from.
Yeah.
I know that 437 Como. There was a redhead who was kind of younger, who has a mustache.
I don't know. The only time I go on Como is I walk down the alley when I walk, and I don't go daily there. And then my nephew lives over there.
Right.
That's not my only association with the neighbor. But I see people when I'm walking. You see, after you've gone down it.
Right.
1,000 times.
I know that you visited the neighbors directly behind Bill and his wife. They live in the White House because you stopped off there with your dog. The day after I told you that I was having trouble with them.
Okay.
So
my poor dog.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, and Grandma, I will never forget about how you kept your dog for 17 years, and that's amazing.
It's what caused everything to kind of escalate in my life and why I took a leave of absence. Once the leave of absence started, there was actual stalking by people in the neighborhood. I don't know why I was targeted by everybody. There's nothing going on here.
Yeah.
I'm not a criminal.
Yeah.
I'm not a drug dealer.
Right.
So I don't get it. I don't understand what all of the
what about getting a dog?
has been focused on.
What about getting another dog, Graham?
I'm gonna need to get a new house first. I have to be concerned with moving.
Well, son, you're awful good with kids.
I'm having a second showing today, so hopefully they like the house enough that I can get out from under it. I've lost my life savings because I've lived on my retirement account. And I don't have any money left. The neighborhood and this agenda to get me moved has made me poor.
Wow.
And you're a part of it.
Well, I apologize.
So I need it fixed. I need the police to look into and investigate the crime.
The FBI.
Because they pretended they were Secret Service.
Secret Service. Secret Service.
Yeah.
So, if somebody's seeing your house for the second time?
Yeah. So hopefully they'll like it enough.
Yeah. Well,
to
hopefully you'll find some peace someplace else, Graham.
I hope so. I hope that I have neighbors that aren't so interested in what's going on over at
Yeah.
my house.
Yeah.
Because what happens in
Yeah.
my house is my business, and
Exactly.
it's nobody else's. And the fact that I've got somebody next door linking up to my Wi-Fi network,
That's horrible.
that's shitty.
It is really shitty.
And that's what the commotion was yesterday. I don't know if you knew or heard any of the commotion
No.
yesterday while they were raking leaves.
No, I did not.
Yeah. The police came and I played for them the 911 tape, and I said, Patty is scammed by these two people.
Yeah.
She's clueless
Yeah, that's
as to the fact that they violated the law,
Yeah.
and you're inviting them into your house, and
with it.
Arved's meeting with them. It's really troubling. So I have been trying to set this straight and right for years, because I found out in June when I got the 911 tapes. Rachel, two doors down, said to the police, Rachel,
Oh, sure. That
who
you-
moved,
Yes, exactly.
said to the police in a 911 call that she knows I do pot, and that I was either on or did opioids. I don't know where she got her information from,
You know,
but both those things are wrong.
yeah,
And I've got medical records that prove it.
that's great, man.
So the police aren't following any of my
Request.
leads. They don't believe me. And I think they're not following my leads because they're trying to protect
Yeah.
you and Arved. Because
Well,
anything you would have said to the police that came from them, and
Yeah.
you could have said, well, the government said, and then repeated a lie to them.
you know,
I don't know.
my memory is so bad lately that
Well, maybe the police will remember, because
they should remember.
I've never been treated the way that I have by anybody
Yeah.
so poorly as the police. The police treat me like shit.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they were trying to please you and trying to get me to move.
I
Because there was an agenda.
I can't speak to that.
This was years ago.
I can't speak to that.
Well, you had a big meeting in your living room with all the neighbors, and a man pulled up with a big stack of paper. He was the only one that drove. So I don't know what type of meeting it was,
I don't remember that.
but I wasn't invited.
Well, I can't
And
remember.
they all stood in your living room, which I can see from my windows. And I went around the block, and when I went around the block, I could hear the same conversation coming out of different houses. So there must have been some sort of podcast about me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not
Well,
privy to podcasts.
the meeting happened in your living room, and I suspect the man that had the big stack of papers
I can't remember
came to
that.
talk about me.
I can't remember that, Ron.
Okay.
How long ago was it?
Years ago.
Oh, I can't.
It was before 2019.
Yeah.
But, I would think that you would remember. I guess not.
Yeah.
But this whole thing has really created a problem.
So, Ron, let me ask you about your house. What's the asking price, if you don't mind if I ask? I know it's probably not.
370.
Okay.
It's way below where it should be, but there's work that needs to be done to it, and I can't afford to have it done. So I'm trying to get out from under
What do
it.
you have to? What has to be done?
I put a hole in the wall,
Okay.
trying to open up the
Yeah.
kitchen and dining room into one
Good idea.
living space, but
Yeah.
I ran out of. I don't know what I'm doing,
Yeah.
so I just stopped and left the hole there. So there's that, and then I took out part of the wall to make a shelving unit
Yeah.
and use some of the closet space, and it's not finished.
Okay. So
It
this.
needs a new coat of paint. There's just things that need to be done.
Yeah.
And I cannot afford to do renovations
Yeah.
to my house. So,
Well, I'm glad you have at least retirement from Columbus Public or whatever.
well, I'm spending it to live.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I'm running out of money, and I don't get Social Security, so I'm fucked.
Yeah, you don't get Social Security because you didn't put the
Right.
hours in, or whatever it's called. I know they call it something.
Right.
Well, Graham, I'm gonna go check to see if Joanne has the card or anything like that.
Okay.
And boy, this floor looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you can call the police or
Okay. Well,
if all of us can sit down, I know that when Officer Lutz gave you a call because he was assigned
that's
to my case, you told him that you didn't want to have a meeting with the three of us.
I know.
So I don't know how that happened.
Well, I'll try to find out. I'll try to find out
Okay.
if I have anything.
I mean,
Joanne has anything.
I don't want you to get into trouble. I'm trying to help you.
Well, I appreciate that.
So we need to work together.
I'm really sorry, Ron, that you're having so much trouble.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Patty. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Okay.
You have my number.
That's right. I do
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, so please let me know.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Patty. And tell Joanne I said hi. Okay. Well, I'll just play you a quick song before I end the video.
There we go.